Hello? So, okay. I have two topics to discuss about counseling process. Number one is non-directive counseling. Non-directive counseling is this method is associated with three names. Number one, Rogers. 2 seconds, Strong, and 3 Waters. It's completely client-centered and places and the responsibility on the client for exploring his own problem. Non-directive. This is what you call non-directive. You you is given by Waters, for example. The client asks for help and give his reasons. That's number one, according to Waters. And number two, the situation is defined and the counselor define the limits of his responsibility and encouraging the counseling to tell all. And this is what you call non-directive counseling. One of the method of Waters. Non-directive counseling is the way to counsel a client in a completely client-centered places or exploring or in face to face or besides you. And number three, the counselors display a friendly, interested, and receptive attitude. The one who counsel, for example, I am the counselor. I am the counselor. So the I will counsel someone, then I will be friendly to her or him, and I will be interested. Also, I will act a receptive attitude to him or to her. And number four, negative attitude gradually gives way to a positive one. Fear of release is followed by insight. So, sa number 4, yung explanation nito, you and the one and the client, you counsel, you act as a positive one. You don't act as a negative one. So you act to him as a good and a respectable way, in a like in a good way. You talk to him properly. You don't shout and you don't uh, tell bad things about her or about him. So that's a positive one. So in number five, let's move to number five. Insight is converted into action. So insight. I mean, inside you see the one you see the way you see yung makikita mo ay pwede mong uh, illustrate or i-describe or pwede mo din gawin or at the same time converted into action. And number 6, relationship with counselor ends. So this is the non-directive counseling given by Waters. Let's move to number 2, the elective counseling. Although some writers are opinions that directive and non-directive counseling cannot be merged. Hindi siya na-merge, hindi siya nagiging connected. Hindi siya nag-merge, nag-mix. So, in according to Carl Rogers, he say, these schools of thought will not be abolished by wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. Hindi siya daw yung pag-iisip or yung naiisip ng isang tao. This school of thought will not be abolished by wishful thinking. Ano na. Parang yung objectives or thinking ng isang tao hindi siya masisira or maalis lang by uh, wishful thinking. A happy medium by torn electric process of counseling include 5 steps. There's 5 steps in torn process, electric process. Number one is diagnosis of cause or causes of maladjustment. Diagnosis. Yung ginagamot siya or ah binibigyan siya ng diagnosis. Yung number 2 is planning the modification of cause or causes. You plan how to change the cause or causes. And number 3, securing condition conductive to learning. Securing you secured all the way of counseling or learning of client. Number 4, stimulating the client by implied motivation to develop his own resources. So stimulate by using his own self. He implied his motivation to develop his own resources, to give him motivation. Number 5, proper handling of any problem subsequent to adjustment. So yung number 5, proper handling. If he had a problem about himself or about anything, family problem, relationship problem, love life problem, you must know how to proper handle it. That's the 2 topic that I discussed, the non-directive and the elective counseling, the 2 kinds of counseling. This is the continuation of the report of Mutalib Minung, the counseling process. And also in Unit 4, I will discuss the introduction of use of guiding process. Guiding process is education and guidance cannot succeed without evaluation of an individual pupil. So, yung guidance hindi siya nabubuo kapag walang nangangailangan ng guidance without individual pupil. Pupil progress was measured on the basis of learning process or learning content. There is some different techniques, or there are different techniques presently used for process of pupil or individual evaluation. There is number 1, some of them are anecdotal records, and number 2, autobiographical sketches, and number 3, case studies, number 4, gathering data or cumulative records, and number 5, observation, and number 6, interview and tests. That's the 6 different techniques to use in an individual evaluation. 6. That's all used in the guidance process. 6 techniques in individual pupil. 6. Number 1 is anecdotal records. Number 2 is autobiographical sketches. Number 3, case studies. Number 4, gathering data or cumulative records. And number 4, observation. And number 5, interview. And number 6, test. That's all. Okay, that's finished. That's all. Thank you for listening.